Let's do dueling Rodneys real quick.
Oh,
hell yeah!
He does a better Rodney.
No, I don't.
I'll tell you, you're all right.
You're a great crowd. Great crowd.
Wow.
Great crowd. I tell you, Johnny, I got a lot of work.
One bit each. Just pick your favorite.
My mother never breastfed me. Well, let me do it again.
Oh, take two.
Take two.
I got a throat thing.
let me see.
My mother never breastfed me. She told me she liked me as a friend. All right.
Hey, that's great.
It's like, I was like, my wife always told me, why don't you take me somewhere different? So I took it to the kitchen. I go on a Rodney Dangerfield, like, I go on a rabbit hole, like, every couple weeks. And he was on Johnny Carson over 300 something times.
Is that right? Wow.
300?
I think it was, yeah. Carson.
That's insane.
There's some Rodney Dangerfield interviews where Carson literally forgets about the other guests and has Rodney on so long that Rodney goes, so how you doing, Johnny? Johnny just goes, he just run, because he loved him.
Yeah.
So much. He made him a superstar. And
Oh, yeah.
Johnny lets you sit down. I think it's over 300.
Well,
I don't know how
dude,
many.
the one where he...
Yeah, Detroit. That's a great place. I'll pick up some plugs and points while I'm there, too, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll be at the center stage in Detroit Friday night.
They didn't have that down
They didn't have that down there?
No.
Well, what are they going to do?
The center stage in Detroit.
Center stage. I'll be in Dangerfield Saturday night. I'll be in Dangerfield the whole month of June. You got to keep busy all the time, keep working, you know. And I relax, too, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If not a relaxation, I went to a wild party.
Did you? Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, I played a new version of Russian roulette. Yeah, we passed around 6 girls, and one of them had VD.
By the way, dressed exactly
No.
like Trump.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, he said, I was watching Back to School the other day. It's just it's the best movie. But the line, it's like even the throwaway lines when he's talking about Burt Young's talking about Rodney's shitty ex-wife, and he goes, "Hey, don't knock Vanessa. She gives great headache." That's like a throwaway.
That's great.
I love that shit.
Yeah, man. That's when, and I have this is a good story. You remember Fabio?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Fabio, Italian, like model, super. Yeah, Fabio works out at my gym in L.A.
What?
Equinox on Sunset.
Okay.
Right off Sunset. So Fabio, and I love Fabio because Fabio does not play games. He's all about pussy. He don't play games. He's like Italian, old school, and he goes, and me and Chad, we have pictures, me, him, Chad, and he goes, and he's always talking like this. Yo, you see that hot girl there? Oh, fucking beautiful. Like he's like an old school creep. Not
Yeah,
creep,
yeah.
But he doesn't creep on girls, but he was a supermodel. So he used to live in New York.
Uh-huh.
And he told me the story. He goes, you guys do comedy, right? I go, yeah. He goes, you know, I have a great story of Rodney Dangerfield.
Ooh.
So we used to live in the Palladium. It was a really expensive apartment place when he was a supermodel. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I remember we lived down the hall from Rodney Dangerfield. And Rodney, one time, you know, whenever we would go out, you know, we would like play music. We play music because, you know, all the models guys are at my house. And he goes, I remember Rodney Dangerfield, he would always have a robe on and be naked under.
Yeah.
And he would come in all fucking, you know.
Yeah.
And one day he broke in and said, hey, how come you never invite me to your parties? You always have parties. You never invite me. He goes, Rodney, we're just playing music. No, you're fucking lying. You got to start inviting me to your parties. What the fuck, you know? and he would do that, break in, butt naked.
Wow.
And then sometimes they would have to pick Rodney Dangerfield up in the middle of the hallway because he'd be fucked up, knocked out. So they had to carry him. He goes, Rodney was a wild motherfucker.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
He liked to get
out
fucked up.
until he got sober with his new girl.
Right. Look at that. Sandler, Fabio, and Rodney in a room together.
Is that? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. He gave it. Yeah, I gave us that account. He goes, yeah, this shit was wild.
Holy
I'll
moly.
tell you, I drink too much. I got a urine sample. They found an olive in it.
Yo, that shit's so good.
He's classic.
You heard the Leno story. Rodney's on his deathbed. He's in a coma. He's in the hospital, and his wife is there, and she's like, Jay, just talk to him. You know, try to make him feel better. I don't know if he can hear you, but he's in a coma, so do whatever you can. And Jay's like, all right. And he puts his finger in Rodney's hand. It's like that. He's out. And he goes, if he squeezes your finger, that means he feels you. And he squeezes his finger, and Jay goes, Rodney, I love you. That's not my finger. And he said Rodney, like, twitched. So you got to laugh at him right at the end.